Hi guys and girls, so in this video I am going to explain to you finding the interquartile range, the IQR, with larger data sets. So what I mean by that is the numbers in our data are larger. Before we talked about finding the IQR with the name lengths of Chinese names or US names, and we were working with some single digits and our double digits were maybe in the teens, and now we have some larger numbers. I gave an example of looking at test scores. So if we had a student's test scores and we wanted to find their IQR, we have 86, 94, 82, 93, 78, 98, 96, and 84. So this is a student that typically does very well on their tests. And what I need to do first is put this data in order from least to greatest. So I think my 78 is going to be my lowest score. And I'm going to just cross this off and then rewrite it here. And then I have my 80s. So I have 82, 84, 86, and that's it for my 80s. And then I have 93, 94, 96, and 98. Okay, now if I count how many pieces of data I have, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of data, which means if I count over 4, I will get my place of my median, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is my quartile 2. And then if I look at my lower piece of data, 1, 2, 1, 2 here, this is going to be my quartile 1, or my lower quartile. And then if I move over 2 more here, I will have my upper quartile, which is quartile 3. Now, the tricky thing is, what are those? Because my quartile 1 is in between 82 and 84, and it is not a number in the data, so I'm going to have to find a number between 82 and 84, which actually turns out to be 83. And then in between 94 and 96, I would have 95. Now my median is a little bit trickier because my median has to be between 86 and 93. So I can try to think of a number that comes right in between. I could do guess and check. Maybe I want to guess 90. So that would be 3 away from 93, but it's actually 4 away from 86. So another thing that I could do is I could find the average of those two. I can add those two together and then divide by 2. So if I want to do that, I can either work that out by hand or I can type that into my calculator. So let's take a look at my calculator here. If I type in 86 plus 93, I get 179, and then divide that by 2 gives me 89.5, so 89 and a half. My original guess of 90 was pretty close, so 89.5. So here, if I'm looking for my interquartile range, I have to remember that my formula is quartile 3 minus quartile 1, and that gives me my IQR. So I'd be taking 95 minus 83. And again, if you need to use your calculator, go ahead and do that. 95 minus 83 equals, and you will have 12 for your IQR. Okay, so now you can see that your IQR is a little bit larger than what we've done with our other numbers for name lengths. I think we had maybe a IQR of 2 or 4, and this time our IQR is 12 because we're working with larger numbers of data. Okay, all right, so when you work on your investigation 3 lab sheet continued, you will see on the back that you have some larger pieces of data that you will be working with, just like in the example that I showed you. So it's asking you to look at the test scores, list the data in order from least to greatest, and then go ahead and do what I've just shown you in the video. Find the median, find the Q1, Q3, and the IQR. Good luck.